Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, World of Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be playing in the Tier something American vehicle, because this is a little bit of a question. Which tank do you think I'm going to be playing in for today's video? Which review do you think I will be making? The T30, the T34, or the T29, the Tier 8, the Tier 9, or the Tier 7? Now, the funny thing is that all three of these vehicles are American, quote-unquote, heavy, because the T29 carries the same hull as the T34, the T34 carries the same hull as the T30, but the T29, funny enough, actually has the most armor, as Wargaming did buff it to about 200 millimeters on the upper plate, at least effective, which is pretty dang solid. But you'll notice that the guns look very similar on all three of these vehicles, even though the T30, the Tier 9, has the shortest out of all three, which is kind of funny. But yeah, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the daddy of them all, the T30. This vehicle is an extremely strong tank if it's played correctly, because it definitely has a lot of downsides. One of them is poor dispersion and accuracy. Combine that with the not so great DPM, it can be very easily taken out. The second thing is, as I said before, it carries the same hull armor as a Tier 7, and that Tier 7 was about 130 or 170 before they buffed it, which, yeah, that's not great. In fact, the lower plate of this vehicle is so weak that you can actually pen it with a 150 millimeter high explosive round. Not too good. Yeah, quite bad. So the stake, even though it is quote-unquote a heavy, I play it like a heavy, but a hull down heavy. It does have a very, very solid turret, especially in a match like this against Tier 8s. Against Tier 10s, the turret can be iffy, because you do have sometimes enough pen to go through the cheeks of it, like the last battle I played where I kind of got slapped. Even though we won, it was not one of the most enjoyable games, as I got slapped twice in each turret cheek. So it definitely becomes a lot buttery the higher the tiers you go, especially with the same turret moving up tier after tier after tier. But the T30 is an extremely strong tank, especially if it's ran correctly. So we got the Tiger 2, the Tiger. Yes, my English is fantastic. And there's that dispersion I was talking about. It's not, it's not like that shell was fully aimed in, but it's not the best dispersion. I do wish it was a little bit more accurate. Now, we do have the Tiger off to the side here. And judging that nobody else has really been spotted, I'm going to push up a little bit aggressive. Maybe we can get some big shells out onto vehicles like the Hori. Let's aim in here. Hori, how are you doing, pal? Yes, you like Big Alpha. I bet you do. So that's where the Big Alpha, of course, comes into play, is when you're shooting at vehicles like the Hori Type 2. And you're able to get big 150 millimeter shells mounted into the enemy armor. So we got that Hori once again. We're going to aim in right on his superstructure. There's another nice tap for a big whop of his hit points, and yeah, he's not liking me too much. But there's a good example of the RU easily cutting right through my armor. You can see where that Hori bounced me on the upper part of the mantlet. So yeah, it's got good mantlet armor, like really strong mantlet armor, but at the same time, the hull it's not great. So let's aim on the AMX. There you go. Nice tap for 607. That Big Alpha really coming true there. Already dealt 1,800 damage. The thing I love about Alpha is you don't really need much DPM to make a very strong impression. Now, we do have the WT off to the side, which means that, obviously, I'm going to try and get some shells into the WT. It's a WT off Panzer IV, and that means nice HEs. So we're just going to drive our way right across here and try and get some big HEs into him. Aiming, and a yeet! There we go, 1,006 hit points taken right off of that poor WT. And what was that? You see, there's a weird thing. It's called the phenomenon of shooting HE at targets you don't need to when they are a one-shot with your standard ammunition. Exhibit A, VK100 shooting HE at a RH or WT. So let's see what we can do here. We are still falling apart as a team, which is incredible, judging that I am doing as much as I can to support them right now. So let's see what's off to the side here. I know there was a tank right here. What is it? Hello. Comrade, what are you doing? Was it the AMX? I think it was the AMX. No, it wasn't the AMX. Huh. I don't know. Oh, that's what it was. WZ-111 GFT. Now we can aim in right on the side and fire. There you go. Nice shot for 638, bringing what was a full health Tier 8 down to half of his hit points in a singular shot. That is, of course, what makes this vehicle super duper strong. Now the reverse speed is, yeah, it's not great. It's actually awful. The reverse speed is what kills me on this vehicle. It's so slow, but at the same time, the ability to slap vehicles like this VK45, and we're going to try and tap him once again here. Hopefully he's going to bounce me. I'm not really sure what he's planning on doing. Oh, come on, give me your full on side. There you go, 1,045 hit points taken off of this poor VK, and he's not feeling it. He's feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Let me put it like that. Let's give this guy a little bit of a love tap. Maybe he'll bounce me in the turret. Or not, I guess he'll just pen me. Big sad there. But with this vehicle being the last tank left, we're going to get a nice HE and finish him off for the first battle. So pretty dang solid report from the first game. As you can see, the big alpha on the T-30 helped me smash through the enemy armor profiles. 5,231 damage. Pretty dang respectable amount for the first game pulled out. I've had a couple really fun games in the tank today. I had a 6K actually, so it is a really strong tank for alpha, but the DPM could be better. 2,400 is not the best, and the dispersion at 0.353, yeah, it's not the most accurate beast, but the ability to get out big alpha shells like that is really nice. I would honestly say the big killer is the massive tracks that they get tracked and the reverse speed, because 10 is awful, as you can see. 10 is so bad. But of course, let's load into one more game and see if we can keep up that goodness, or if we're going to fall apart very quickly. So even if you play against tier 10s, the T-30 doesn't do too bad of a job. You might want to stay a little bit further back, like on this scenario here. Obviously, because we're up against a Void player in a Sheridan, that's a quite deadly tank, especially because I want my team to push up. I really hope this mouse goes up. Oh, no, Badger. Oh, no. No. Okay, well, good thing about the T-30 is it's very flexible on the hull down angles. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression, which, of course, is very good. 10 degrees of gun depression lets you work pretty much any ridge lines in the game. With the alpha, with the gun depression, with that good turret armor, it can do very well, even against tier 10s, because it has great penetration. So it does have a lot of things going for it, but hit points is not one of them. 3 shells from any, almost even 130, and I'm taken out, which is not great. As well, because this is the same engine as pretty much the T-29, you can see the engine power could be better. It's not great. So I'm going to be driving my way on up forwards into the front line here. I would love to get into that position there, but I don't know. You know what? I think I can trust my team at least a little bit. We'll see what we can do here. Let's drive my way on up. Driving. And here we are in the position. So not too bad as of yet. We can aim in on this WZ and fire. Oh, but that's that bad dispersion there. As you can see, it's not the best. It definitely could be better. So that's Sheridan, losing about half of his health. Not necessarily what you want to do in your Sheridan. So we're just going to sit here in another 2 seconds, reload, and get a maybe nice shell out on the WZ-121. Aiming and tap. Oh, bounces. What? Ah, this game hates me sometimes. Okay, so we do have a massive advantage here, though. Our whole team pushed up, and their team did not, which gives us pretty much a, tournament-like setting here on the tank advantage. Now, we got the WZ-121 off to the side, who I'm obviously going to try and tap right now, so let's go do that. Nice little tracking shell. We do got the E5 pushing off to the side of me, but thankfully, it looks like my mouse is doing a good job here. Get in front of me, please. Please get in front of me. Good job from the mouse there. Thank you very much. Okay, so we got the E5 pushing quite aggressive on me here. Not much I'm going to be able to do them. Actually, I guess we are. We're going to be able to pen him right through the turret. That's really nice. But I'm already at 781 hit points. That's an issue. If this AMX 5120 rushes me, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it, and I will be taken out. And as you can see, judging that this AMX 5120 is rushing me, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it, and I'm probably going to be taken out. Famous last words, right? So we're just going to kind of sit here, see if we can maybe get a nice HE into that AMX. You know what? That was definitely worth it, but yeah, we're falling apart very quickly. Come on, somebody shoot the AMX. Somebody shoot the AMX. Shoot him, please. Please shoot him. GG. Back up. Oh, back up. No! Well, as I said, the reverse speed is a killer on this vehicle. And we did honestly distract the team long enough to where we're probably going to come out with a victory here. Our Sheridan seems good. Our mouse did a nice job. I'm actually going to give the mouse a lot of credit. Normally, you'll have mouses that go down and they ignore the team and they die. This team is doing a good job, and hopefully this mouse here is going to dunk a shell, although I don't know why he didn't push forwards, but doesn't look like he's going to be dunking that shell anytime soon into that Sheridan. But, you know, it's 6-3, so I'm expecting a very easy victory, even though this K91 seems to be a little bit special. Not a little bit, I'm sorry. This K91 seems to be extremely special. It still seems like, oh my god, what is this guy doing? Okay, he got a shell out, but come on, keep getting them out. You gonna shoot? There you go. One more, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes! Look at that, this K91, overpowered. Proof that you can win with bad teammates. Somebody commented on my video earlier today or yesterday that I said the one of the tanks on the team was bad, and I was like, yeah, he's not the best. That K91, I can definitely say is not the best. Yeah, that's not good. That's not That's incredible. Ooh, okay, we're just gonna leave. This is depression setting in. Well, I definitely know they don't watch my channel, because if they did, I would actually be even more. Well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. On that bombshell of a disappointment of my team, and we still managed to win. You know what? That mouse, I'll give the mouse an effective player. He carried that team. I was able to distract him long enough. And where's that mouse? Where is he? I'll give the Sheridan and the mouse an effective player. I don't think the mouse was the best of players, but he did a good job. He did his job. I'll give him credit. Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you want to see more, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.